How you doing today, Jake? How was practice?
It was good. I'm doing good. Can't complain, We had a good practice, Went over some stuff, good energy, good focus. It was great.
How do you feel like this team has established itself so far this year? 10-2 record.
I would just say by playing hard. Commitment to everything we've been working on and playing hard. It's just that commitment that everybody's bringing it every night, no matter how your night going. It's not about what you do out there, it's just about what you give, And I think that's been the biggest thing for us to be in this place right now.
Steve said that, first of all, last year you guys lost a lot of close games late. Steve said that, it's not happening as much this year, and one of the biggest reasons why is we're better on defense. And I'm curious, what do you sense, what are you getting from Coach Stackhouse? I mean, what's working with him been like?
He plays, he's been a player. He knows what he's talking about, and he's a guy who bring energy every single day in practice. And if you got coaches like that that bring those type of energy, that very truthful with anybody, no matter who it is, from Steph to the last man. A lot of people love to play for guys like that, and listen to guys like that because he know what he's talking about. And I feel like he's been teaching. He's not just talking about how we're going to play defense, He's taking his moment, his time to teach. And I think a lot of people, a lot of guys, all of us just picking it up quicker, It's a lot of new stuff that we haven't seen it, but so far it's working well. And I feel like we're going to get better as time keeps going.
Draymond was saying that Stack holds everybody accountable, that when you mess up, you messed up and kind of thing, and he'll explain how you messed up.
Like I say, he ain't going to keep it away from you. Like I say, he's going to start from Steph. He's going to start from Steph to Draymond, If you get on Draymond, you could get on anybody else. And Draymond, he's one of the best defenders, so if you get on Draymond, definitely it's easy and simple to get on everybody else. And I feel like that's been the biggest thing, explaining to you, going over and over things that we're messing up, watching films and telling us how we need to work on this stuff. And then he listen, if you have any option or anything to tell them, he listen and we go over, so yeah.
Speaking of Draymond, what kind of tone has Draymond set for you guys defensively this whole season?
Draymond's been great. He has been great, He out there moving, doing everything, everything. He playing defense at the highest level right now, switching, guarding, from the smaller guy to the bigger guy. He talking. He's just been involved in defense a lot. And I think just having him, turn those key on, it help everybody else to just keep it up. And I think as a leader, that's pretty much what we need from him every single day. It's not going to be there every day, but just him having those time to pick us up every day, it means a lot.
We were talking earlier to Draymond the other day, and he was talking about how in practices, you guys go over certain things, and he said it's been sort of a different vibe in practice this year than last year. Do you feel it's different in practice even than last year?
It's a great vibe. Everybody's connected. I think everybody like each other here, And as you can see on the court, whatever happened in practice, that's what we apply on the court, and that's what we're winning. Even those close games, because everybody's well connected. Everybody's locked in, is buying to everything. And it's just a great group of guys, Even the guys that we had this year, they fit everything. They fit perfect, and like I said, they're all great group of guys, and we all get along pretty well.
There was a lot made before the season started about, are you a 3, are you a 4? Has anything about your role and how you've played this year changed your opinion about what position you feel most comfortable with?
How many positions you seen me play this year?
3 and 4.
No. Everything.
Everything.
Yeah, so it don't matter, I could bump with the 5. I could be anywhere, And it don't matter, like I said, at the end of the day, I was gifted to be in this position, to be who I am. Somebody who could try and play every position, so it don't matter, And we don't really have any really position on our team. Sometimes Draymond play the 1 or the 5, so. And I'm capable of playing those positions, and I've been playing it. If you really follow our games, I've been in every situation, everything, so. It don't matter, as long as I'm going out there and just performing at the highest level and helping our team win, that's all that matters. And our coaches allow me to just be a player out there. So that's all that matters.
Swiss Army knife. That's it all. Is that it? Cool. All right, we'll have Chris.
This guy here.
Steve, have you learned anything more on Melton?
No.
No, nothing more.
Yeah, he'll come on the trip with us, and he's getting evaluated, and we'll hopefully have more in the next few days.
Said he is going on the trip.
He's going to go on the trip. Yeah,
How about Lindy? Any up?
he's should be good to go. He's questionable for tomorrow, but he practiced today and told me he felt good, so we're hopeful.
I know you like to look at the season in quarters, sort of 20-game increments there, but after 12, what are you seeing and what are you attributing to the fact that you guys are 10-2 when I know you guys were confident you could be good, but, outside people are like, how good can they be after last year?
Well, we're playing both ends. We're top 5, I think, in both offense and defense, and we're playing a lot of people, and everybody we play is coming in and playing with great energy. And that's, as a coach, that's kind of the holy grail. And so I attribute our hot start to the depth of our roster, but also the character of our guys and their awareness that they're all going to have to sacrifice some minutes, points, shots for the good of the team, and they've all done that. And every day's fun. We just had a great practice. Energy is super high, and guys are really engaged. So it's been a fun start for us.
How much have that been, an effect of, bringing Terry and Jerry in and sort of little bit of a different vibe coming in the room?
Both Terry and Jerry have been wonderful fits. Sometimes you need new blood on the roster. Sometimes you need it on the coaching staff. You need different voices. You need different experiences. And I couldn't be happier with those two guys, what they mean to me, what they mean to our team. And it goes way beyond X's and O's and, what coverages we're in, what plays we run. It's just the culture, the fit into the culture and adding to it and the vibe and the friendship and the collaboration. They're both just wonderful coaches, but also I look forward to seeing them and working with them every day.
J.K. was saying earlier when he was in that he said Jerry doesn't just tell you. He said he also shows you and teaches sometimes. Does that make a difference to guys even in the NBA?
For sure, and it's especially effective when the guy who's showing you actually had to do it. And Jerry is a man of conviction. He's got a very strong presence, which is important. And I think I said this early in the season or before the season, we've missed having a former player on the staff the last couple of years. So not only did he fill that void, but he did it coming from a place where he's been a head coach. So he's got a lot of coaching background to go with that playing experience, and the guys have great respect for him.
Draymond's foul got upgraded to a flagrant yesterday. Is that a surprise or were there any
No,
conversations?
I thought I agreed with it. He grabbed him and definitely a take foul like they called, but I had no problem with it being upgraded to a flagrant one. That's not a basketball play. It was more than a take. A take foul, you reach. Guy's dribbling by you, you reach and you grab him. This was holding a guy and tripping him in transition. I agreed with the flagrant one.
Just in general, how would you assess, I mean, with how great he's been defending this year, the energy and whatnot, how would you assess kind of the balance he's towed between bringing that energy and physicality and then, kind of staying away from the technicals and stuff?
He's been one of the keys to everything that's happened to this point. Leading the defense, his energy in practice, his leadership, his demanding execution in practice and games. Draymond has been the very best version of himself, and that's going to continue. I can see it in his eyes. He wants to have a great year. He wants us to have a great season. He is totally committed, and he's been brilliant.
That was at the end of the game. That was about as emotional as I've seen you animated. Now that you've had a couple days to think about it, could you share like what was going on there and what were you upset at?
No, I'm not going to go into the officiating. Sometimes, I lose my mind sometimes, and I'm overly competitive, and I'm not proud when I go overboard, and I probably went overboard, but I just didn't like the way the game unfolded in the second half. But I'll leave it at that.
How you doing? How was practice today?
Yeah, it was good. It was smooth.
How do you feel like this team? How would you describe this team's start to the year, 10-2 record?
It's been good. The energy that we felt in training camp going into it in Hawaii, the camaraderie we built there, and then just a lot of the things we talked about, we've been executing really well, and we've had the outcome that we would have expected.
A lot of guys are saying that this year's the chemistry is so much better than it was last year, and I guess you kind of just mentioned that. But how much does that make a difference in terms of just day-to-day stuff and just coming into the building?
Honestly, we had really good chemistry last year, so I don't want to discount that. Because the energy CP brought into the team, especially in the locker room, off the court, it was a really good group of guys that got along really well last year as well. This year, I think on the court, things are moving fast. The ball's moving fast. We're running, playing hard, playing fast. So the chemistry shows a lot on the court as well. Yeah.
So when you look, you watch you guys play, and you want to move fast. I know you want to have pace and everything, but it looks like the ball is moving even more than it did last year.
Yeah. That's something the coaches have been preaching, and then we are able to see the outcome and see how that benefits the team and how that, it's one thing if your coaches are telling you to do something and it's like, but if you can actually see the benefit that comes from what your coaches are telling you to do, then it inspires you a little differently.
Jonathan was saying that when Stack talked to you guys, he said he not only teaches, he shows us, and so how much did that make a difference?
Yeah, that's cool because principles that he talk about, he will get in the stands. He'll show you exactly what he means, how to do it. He'll even hop into one sometimes and be talking out what he be preaching. But as well as that, he has these sayings or things to remember when he's saying it, like a thing on defense. He say lay in the weeds, he's talking about like a lion or whatever, in the weeds, reacting to go either way. But he's talking about on defense. But it's like that puts the imagery, puts your image in your head so you can think of it like that when in those crucial moments. If you say get foot behind, I'm remembering that in the game. I'm not remembering, get behind the guy so I can chase over, and then no, it's foot behind and then war over. I'm going to war. We finna battle over the top, but just having that imagery makes you remember it in crucial times.
And you guys lost a lot of close games last year, but this year, Steve said maybe, it's one of the reasons why you guys had some success, more success, is that mostly it's the defense. He said we play better defense down the stretch now and getting more stops. How important has that been?
Yeah. I think it's been really big for us because, like you said, nobody talks about that. The last season didn't turn out how we wanted it to, but we lost a lot of close games. We lost so many close games. We could have probably been out of the play-in tournament if we won half the ones we was guaranteed supposed to win. But I think that's a skill, winning close games and figuring out whatever it takes, no matter how ugly it is. Just coming out with the win is a skill and a talent, and I think we've done a good job of that this year.
Speaking of ugly games, the other night, did you even watch the film of that game?
Yeah, we just got done. We watched it, and then I watched it afterhand. The in-season tournament's always kind of funny when you're dealing with the point spread and everything. You want to you want to get as many points as possible, but you also, and then the other team is still fighting when they would usually be not fighting, and it's something to get used to.
Just watching the game, it looked almost at times like football out there. It was like a lot of physicality.
Yeah, and when I say point spread, I want to make sure y'all know I'm talking about the about the in-season tournament, the point differential rule.
What does foot behind mean with Stack?
It's just not getting back cut, forcing the defender one way.
And what are some of his other terms? You mentioned the laying in the weeds and war over.
Yeah, I can't let everything out. I don't know who listening. I can't let everybody in the playbook. Cause you can say it on the sideline, they don't know what he's talking about. Right?
Moses, what's jumped out to you about playing with Kyle so far, about what he brings, his skill set?
Yeah, Kyle is really smart, and the way that he played the game, he's thoughtful. He moves with intent. Everybody talk about the slow motion thing and all of that, but it's for a reason. Like, he can move faster than he moves, but he's just so thoughtful in knowing what he's doing, why he's doing it, so he slows the game down literally.
Change of pace.
Yeah.
I told him those 3 3-pointers he made in Boston, he started shooting them on Wednesday and he finished on Thursday.